Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know who it is, Internet Rex. We're gonna get right into this video. Saving money and survival mode, ladies and gentlemen, go hand in hand. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's hard for me to talk to certain people nowadays, right now, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm trying to get out of survival mode. I'm so focused on getting out of survival mode. And I just had somebody call me, and it's just like, you ever just talk to certain people, ladies and gentlemen, they just sound like they always down, or it's always some type of negative stuff going on. It's like, I'm really not into that. And it just reminded me to stay on this saving journey. You know what I'm saying? Come up with your number that's going to make you feel comfortable. As in, you're not going to sleep stressing about the rent, waking up stressing about the rent. If y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah, I just gave myself a haircut not too long ago, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, real talk, ladies and gentlemen, and it's to a point now where it's like, I don't even want to talk to somebody, ladies and gentlemen, that's in survival mode. You feel me? Not to say I'm better than them or nothing like that, but it's just because I want to make sure I'm thinking the right way. You see what I'm saying? I shouldn't be depressed when I answer your phone call. You see what I'm saying? I shouldn't be hearing your tone and it sound like it's an emergency. Every time I speak to you, it sounds like an emergency. You know, but within this situation, y'all know we in 2026, so this person, they're dealing with spam, like spam callers and things like that's calling their phone. And I'm telling them on the phone, like, well, you're going to have to get used to it because, like, that's just life. You know what I'm saying? You got prank callers and all that fake emails. And I just had that realization. I'm just like, they just stuck in that mode. Some people just stuck with problems. Like, they don't see the good out of anything. They always look at the negative first before they look at, okay, I woke up this morning. Okay, bam, I have a vehicle. Okay, bam, I'm able to pay my car note, my car insurance, and have food in my refrigerator and my rent paid. Like, folks look at the negative. They lock in on solely on the negative. You see what I'm saying? And I had that realization where it's just like, I need to keep saving. Because if I don't keep saving, ladies and gentlemen, it's either you're gonna hit a fork in the road. Now, I think it's gonna be three options. You're gonna hit a fork in the road, and then you're gonna go to that last option, maybe, if you don't pick the right choice. I say all that to say this. You either gonna save, or you either gonna keep bitching and complaining and you're not gonna save. Or the third option, your ass gonna go right back into your old ways. You see what I'm saying? And that phone call that I just had less than an hour ago really woke me up. Like, nah, I don't want that energy. I don't want to be giving folks that energy. Every time they talk to me, I'm complaining. I sound like I'm never happy. I think that shit is contagious. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're trying to build a community or just make sure your energy right on an everyday basis, and you trying to make sure you're not going homeless. You trying to make sure you keep a car. You trying to make sure you keep a fucking roof over your head and somewhere to wipe your ass at. You see what I'm saying? So it makes it even harder for you to grind and come up with new ideas when your immediate circle of the people you talking to on an everyday basis, they always sound like they're in survival mode. Does that shit not annoy y'all, ladies and gentlemen? Like, comment down below. Y'all let me know. But that shit, when I was 18, 19, 20 and shit, you know, that shit was normalized. You know what I'm saying? We like, oh, you always thinking, man, it is what it is. That's just life. But then you grow up, you like, no, that isn't life. That's what people are choosing. I can have fucked up pockets now. Anything going on fucked up now, but my mindset is different. You know what I'm saying? That's like when you getting rained on. You got some people gonna be getting rained on. They fucking sad as hell and depressed. You got somebody that's being rained on and they looking at it like, hey, it's gonna be sunny tomorrow. It's gonna be sunny next week. You know what I'm saying? They looking for the greater good. You see what I'm saying? They looking for you gotta look at the good in any situation. But I feel like when motherfuckers not saving, ladies and gentlemen, and they don't know how to save, or they don't know how to, okay, if I get laid off from my job, I'm still covered for a year, 2 years. When you don't have that, I feel like you in that broke ass mentality where you angry all the time, or then you try to go through a race thing, and whole time it's a green thing, whole time it's a resources thing, whole time it's an influence thing. You see what I'm saying? But people really don't want to pay attention to what the fuck really going on. You see what I'm saying? I just say all that to say this, ladies and gentlemen. Keep saving, keep being on your journey, and download the information while you're on that journey. You see what I'm saying? Because that conversation I just had, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sharing with y'all, it's bittersweet because I also had to understand when I was in that moment, when I was talking to this person, I was like, good thing I didn't tell them the good news I had going on. No disrespect, not saying that they wouldn't be happy for me, but it's like the energy isn't going to be what I'm giving out. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I just kept the shit to myself. Then I also had a realization of, I don't even think I want to talk to this person because every time I talk to this person, they sound like they freaking out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. If y'all comment down below what y'all think. But yeah, like I said, I think saving and survival mode go hand in hand. You got to save so you can get out of survival mode. And I think once you get out of survival mode, you can breathe better. You can sleep better. You're not going to sleep and thinking innately about rent 25/8, man. And I just now realized what the fuck survival mode is. The past few years, ladies and gentlemen, I ain't know what survival mode was when I was 19, 18, 17. I wish. But now since I know, and now you know, no matter what age we at, you know what the fuck survival mode is. It's when your brain is stuck in poverty. You know what I'm saying? You just feel stuck. How do you get out of that? You make sure you save your resources. You know what I'm saying? How much does it cost for you to be free? To not have to work for nobody. It may cost you $20,000 a year. It may cost somebody else $30,000 a year. Everybody, freedom is gonna be different, depending on your state, county, all that type of shit, country. You feel me? But over here, ladies and gentlemen, where I'm at, I know what my number is. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like when people don't know that number, or they don't even know how to save, period. They don't even know how to think ahead. They get stuck in this cycle of just thinking it's somebody else's fault, or I can't get more money. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Comment down below what y'all think, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all time. See y'all in the next one. And yeah, I'm gone.